Randy here playing Farming Simulator 22, and welcome back to the Upper Mississippi River Valley. Since last episode, finished picking up and selling all the bales on the three fields, 47, 48, and 45. Again, our wheat fields and oat field here. So all those bales have been taken care of, and like I said, sold them as well. And we definitely made a little bit of money off them. Again, not near as much as if we had waited till January, but in some ways, it's just a little bit easier just to sell them now and be done with them, right? Plus, we need them off the field. So, speaking of being off the field now, we have some work to do here at this episode. We have, well, actually, I think, do I have all the lime done? Let me double check here. I don't remember if I have all the lime done or if I got one more field to go yet here. Let's see, once here. pH, yes. Actually, you know what? I do have both fields, or actually three fields, I should say. 47, 48, and 45 are all done with lime as well. So you folks know what that means? That's right. We can start planting here this episode. So that is the plan here. Now, I was looking in the shop here, just to see if we had any other planters. A lot of times, like with soybeans and stuff, you can plant those on like 15-inch row spacing or narrower row spacing, right? I really didn't see a whole lot in the shop here. The only one I did see here, if we go all the way to the end, is the Great Plains. And I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I don't know. Is the I guess the normal Great Plains is not in. This is the Great Plains from Farming Simulator 19, right? Looks like someone converted it over. But anyway, that one does actually have, like, it's not really 15-inch rows. Looks like it's, what do they call it? The split row? I think it's called split row. I think, don't quote me on that one. It's got two rows that are basically right next to each other. So, I don't know. I was debating about maybe picking up this planter. I want just have a second planter. It can plant soybeans. At least I'm assuming it can plant soybeans, right? Yes, it can plant soybeans. Plant wheat, barley, or canola. Well, I don't see those crops listed there. Maybe it's possible they're just being cut off, but yeah, I don't think you'd be planting those type of crops with this planter anyway. Yeah, I don't know, but like I said, I was debating about maybe picking this planter up here. I don't know, you folks let me know. Should we get another planter? I'm kind of thinking maybe just another planter might be kind of nice. For now, though, I think we'll just stick with our John Deere planter here, I guess. And, of course, we'll switch that over to soybeans. Pulling this with our Fendt 1060, or 1167, I'm sorry, 1167. I always keep thinking it's a 1067. It's 1167. Suppose we could pull it with the other Fendt there, the Fendt 1042. Or did I ever upgrade that to the 1050? I think it's still a 1042 yet, as far as I know. The only problem with that tractor again, that one is the I think that's an autosave. Yeah, there it goes. Must have missed the message down there, but yeah, I'm assuming, or I should say about that tractor, the problem with that tractor, everyone, is the turning radius on that tractor is. Yeah, not so good, right? But not so good. Anyway, let's start with field. Oh, is this 47 or 40? I think this is 47, right? Nope, never mind. This one's 48. Had a 50-50 guess there. Got it wrong. And of course, once we got the field planted, everyone, I do want to grab probably the Kubota tractor with our weeder as well. Run over it with a weeder. Make sure we take care of all the weeds. Them taken care of right away. And, of course, as a reminder here, too, with soybeans, we don't need any fertilizer here if you're using the precision farming mod, so no fertilizer on these fields. You have fertilizer in the planter, but, again, it won't be needed. Okay, GPS. Let's get that fired up here as well. Let's see, did I get it right this time? Yes, I did. Okay. Now looks like we probably shift that over. Wrong way. Wrong way. There we go. Shift that over just a little bit. Alt page up and page down on the keyboard, by the way, if you're looking to shift the GPS line over. And speaking of which, let's lock it on, turn it on, and lower it down. And we are good to go. We're running the John Deere 1775 NT here again, by the way. And we're basically just no-tilling this crop and just direct seeding it here, as the game calls it. Oh my God, it's 7. With the exception of maybe, the tractor up front here. Pretty good looking setup here, right? This is a modded 1775 NT, of course, by the way. Has a few more tricked out options and stuff on it that the normal in-game 1775 doesn't have. You always gotta like that. On the mod authors, a lot of times you'll see them taking Giant's in-game equipment, and they'll just take it and add some more options to it, and then basically re-release it. Stuff sometimes what you question, like, how come Giants didn't put this on in the first place? But some of that, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but some of that has to do with the console as well, from what I've heard. A lot of times, again, on the PC, I know PC versus console, but a lot of times the PC can have a lot more detailed mods, a lot more different configurations and options on it and stuff, right? Oh, let's do that. Looks pretty good. Shift back over here just a little bit. Lock on that GPS. Lower that planter back down. That's actually interesting. Is that putting the that is actually putting the what looks like the drill texture down. I just noticed this, everyone. Also, I turned my warning flashers off there. But yeah, I just noticed we're actually putting the drill texture down, not the row crop planter texture. I'm not sure what is up with that. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain there is a row crop texture here for this one here. What's the game called? This particular texture here again. I don't know if it'll show it in here or not. Yeah, stubble. I think that's like considered a stubble texture there, but I'm assuming everyone. But yeah, interesting. It's actually doing the drill, not a row crop. Huh? I'm not sure what's up with that. Kind of weird. That's got something to do with this planter, or the fact that we're doing soybeans. I don't know. Really shouldn't matter what crop we're planting here. It's all the same row spacing. It's not like you somehow magically put a different crop in a planter and it suddenly just starts planting different row spacing. That's just not how that works, right? Even if you were to like somehow plant wheat with this planter, which I don't know if you could actually do that in real life or not. I'd be very curious, because a lot of times with these planters, you still have a seed plate inside all these row units. And not to mention, too, I'm not sure how that would affect the meters as well. I don't know if the meters would be affected so much, but definitely all the plates inside the row units. I don't know if you'd be able to plant wheat with those or not. I suppose if like you're actually able to get like a wheat plate for this row unit, you probably could, and I very much doubt anyone actually makes like an actual wheat plate for it. Using the like the soybean or the corn one, I'm sure would provide some rather interesting results if I had to guess. But there again, getting off topic there. That would not change the spacing on the rows, right? You would still end up with wheat spaced at 30 inches then, or corn spaced at 30 inches. Well, whatever it is you're planting, it's all going to be 30 inches here on this planter. Now, you can, of course, add more row units to this particular toolbar here. Again, this is the 1775 toolbar. And what that means, by the way, I know we've discussed this before, but the 1775, or the NT, I should say, means the tires here are between the row units. On a DB series, and actually, you know what? I think on the end, that's right. If I remember correctly, on the NT series, I don't think you actually can add more row units, right? Because the tires are in between. You have to have the DB series toolbar. On the DB series, the tires are out front of the toolbar. And I guess one of the advantages to that, or actually a couple of advantages to that. One, you can now put more row units on here because you don't have tires in between the row units, right? So you can put them on 15-inch spacing, or if you're doing like corn on 20-inch spacing or something like that, you can space them out like that as well. That'll take this from a 24-row planter to, is it like a 44 row or something like that? I forget what the number. It's some sort of weird number, if I remember correct. That one, kind of a bit of an odd number, but that'll bump up how many rows you're planting. Won't increase the the width at all. It'll still be 60 feet wide, but at least on this particular 1775 toolbar. By the way, it's a 60-foot toolbar. Another advantage, too, of course, to the DB Series, Evan, with the tires in between the row units like this. If you're planting in less than ideal conditions, sometimes it can pack up in between here. Field debris and dirt, mud, whatever. Versus having the tire out front, nothing particularly in its way, right? Okay, got almost one headland done. I think we probably should do one more here. A little bit odd seeing the map here, nothing changing on that. A lot of times you'll see the fertilizer being put down, but no fertilizer being put down here this time. Remind me, I should spend some money here and just get a nice tractor to pull this with. John Deere, of course. When I say a nice tractor, I'm what else would there be besides a John Deere, right? Get ourselves a nice John Deere tractor to pull this with. Yeah, it looks like our baling tractor might have missed a few piles of straw here and there. Oh, well. Some of that might have been because I was doing some of the driving here as well in some of the fields. And, yeah, especially on the headlands and stuff like that, where my driving does not necessarily line up with course plays driving. Now, a lot of times if I let course play start the field, Evan, and then I take over doing the up and down rows, a lot of times then we're fine. Once course play gets to the up and down rows, I can set up GPS, and GPS will usually follow that fairly well, but and of course, Evan, just a reminder here too, while we're planting, if you haven't already done so, don't forget to click the subscribe button. Always very much appreciated. And of course, Evan, once you are subscribed, make sure you turn on your notifications there as well. You get notified of the latest, greatest Upper Mississippi River episode going live, or whatever episode it might be for that matter. And then, of course, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up as well. Also very much appreciated. And if you want to leave a comment, always enjoy reading all you folks' comments as well. And, of course, as you folks know that watch the videos regularly, usually try to read as many comments as we can in the videos here as well. Again, sometimes we can't necessarily get to all of them, but or I might forget, or other things happen, or we get distracted. I mean, come on, we never get distracted. No. Ooh, squirrel. If I had to pick a second favorite job here in Farming Simulator, this might have to be my second favorite. That and tillage. I'm kind of debating. As I've said before, my favorite job in Farming Simulator is typically harvesting. That's, I don't know, just one of the jobs I've always liked here in Farming Simulator. You do all the work of planting and fertilizing. If you have to do any tillage, plowing, weeding, spraying, whatever needs to be done to get the field ready for harvest, you do all that work, and then you harvest it. Kind of like the culmination of all your work, right? So, like I said, I've always enjoyed harvesting. That's always kind of been my number one thing I always say I like about Farming Simulator. If I had to pick a second, one might be planting. Planting's kind of a fun job there as well, if you ask me. Again, you've done all the work to the field, and now you're planting it, finally. Now, we do have a little bit more work to do here to this field, and actually just a little bit here in this case, because the only thing we actually have to do once we're done planting is take care of the weeds. But I'll just have Courseplay take care of that problem. It'd be a little bit hard for myself to take care of it here using the weeder. I would definitely have to set up GPS and watch where I have and haven't driven, because again, there's no change to the field that I know of that's happening. Just once you cycle the time, there's no weeds, which is good. That's what you want. But But yeah, if folks want to let me know, throw it down in the comments. Let me know, what is your favorite job to do in Farming Simulator? And if you have to maybe pick a second or third as well, let me know on those too, everyone. I'll have to see once, maybe next episode we can read those out. See once what everyone else's favorite job here is in Farming Simulator. Like I said, harvesting for me. Second, probably planting. Third, probably doing some tillage or something like that, maybe. And of course, I mean, while we're talking about our favorite thing to do in Farming Simulator, I mean, if we had to talk about a tractor brand, or maybe I should just say equipment brand, because I have some more tractors. Favorite equipment brand to do that all with would, of course, be John Deere. I mean, is there anything else besides John Deere? Yeah, I didn't think so. And by the way, I'm still debating. We got that $4 million sitting up there. I'm thinking I might pick up one more large field here yet. Of course, once we have that field down, we'll probably want a second combine. That would probably be a good idea. But yeah, thinking maybe a field 41. That's another large field there. We might just look into purchasing that field here as well. And speaking of which, what is on that field out of curiosity? Soybeans. If I'm not mistaken, that is soybeans. Well, that might just solidify my question there as to whether we're going to pick that field up or not. Planted in soybeans, why not, right? Oh, and while we're planting soybeans, this always seems to bring up another good question. Commonly on the live stream, more than maybe my videos, but soybeans, for those who don't know, is one of the lowest paying crops per acre in the game. For those that have actually taken the time to do the math on this, I have not, so I'm just relying on others that have taken the time to do this. But per others, soybeans per acre is your lowest paying crop. So if I want to make the most money out of my field, I shouldn't be planting soybeans. Now, I don't know about you folks, I kind of like planting soybeans and harvesting soybeans. I know they're maybe not the biggest moneymaker, but again, soybeans. One of the crops that is commonly grown around where I live, so. Okay, hold that on there. I know it's got a little bit of overlap, but I think I'm going to go with it anyway. Oh, must be another autosave, I presume. Yep. Wow, I'm not doing a good job at noticing the countdown down here. Running the newer version of the autosave mod here, by the way. So it's supposed to have a countdown down here. Counts from, I think it's at 10. Gives you a little bit of a warning there before the autosave actually happens. Because again, that autosave can be a bit brutal on the legs sometimes. Okay, anyway, with that, let's head over to the comment section here a moment. See what you folks had to say here about last episode or episodes. Hetro was saying, good video. Hey, thank you very much for that. He was saying, I've never tried this bale loading. Very simple to do, by the way. Never tried this bale loading with Courseplay, but my go-to baler is the Fleagle flatbed trailer. It doesn't have a ramp on the back. Probably a good idea, because, yeah, Courseplay did not seem to like that ramp on the back for some reason. Although, it didn't seem to affect it either. So, I mean, with it down, it looked like it was going to cause some problems, but it didn't. So, and again, for those of you who ever want to try the bale picking up mode here with Courseplay, it's super simple. I mean, like, if you don't have Courseplay has gotten really, really easy to use here, at least for some stuff. In my opinion, all stuff here in Farming Simulator 22. Again, like when it comes to running a grain cart, just like literally bring the tractor and the grain cart to the field, turn it on, make sure you have another truck and trailer or tractor, whatever, make sure you have something for that grain cart to unload into, and Courseplay will automatically take care of everything else. Courseplay will detect the combines. Courseplay will detect the trailer and where to unload into that trailer. It's all like done automatically, right? So again, all you have to do, drive to the field, turn Courseplay on, and let it go. And Courseplay does a really good job here too in Farming Simulator 22 with the grain cart. I mean, I don't think I've really had much, if any, issues with it. Courseplay, I would say, has gotten much, much better. Well, auto drive, yeah, I would say Courseplay beats auto drive in that regard. Something I didn't think I'd probably ever say, but again, I think Courseplay hands down beats auto drive when it comes to unloading. Now, the one maybe downfall to this is you do have to run the combine on auto drive. So if you think you're going to do some harvesting yourself and have Courseplay unload you, that unfortunately does not work. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed by that. It'd be nice if that would work. So again, if you want to run the combine yourself and have an AI driver unload you with a grain cart, you will need to use auto drive for that. A little bit more setup in that regard, but still not terrible in my opinion. Keith was saying, not sure about the John Deere 4940. That's our sprayer, by the way. But if you're using the Superior Case IH Trident, you would widen the axles and not have a rollover issue. Well, first off, there's a major issue with Keith's comment here. Superior Case IH. I'm sorry. Nope. That does not compute. Nope. Sorry, can't compute that one. Comment ended. And then the John Deere 4940 does actually have axles that widen as well. But yeah, even with that, it still is a very tippy sprayer when it's fully loaded. I kind of suspect maybe some of the reason for that is, I could be wrong, but I'm guessing the size of the amount it holds, I should say. The amount that sprayer holds might be a little on the OP side. I don't know. Somebody maybe knows more about the capacity of those, can comment on that. But I think, is it 25,000 liters? That one can hold 25,000 liters, the John Deere 4940. I don't know if that's a realistic size or not, or if that's, I don't know. I'm not sure on that. Actually, no, I guess we could check here. Like, what's the Case Trident hold? So go into our crop protection here. Actually, I don't know. I might have to go. I got to find where's the Trident? I thought I had it. Oh, you know what? Is it? No, it wouldn't be under here. Okay, I'm fairly certain I thought I had the Case Trident, but maybe not. Maybe I won't be checking this here then. So watch where I'm going here a minute. Oh, let's see what's here. What is under? Where's the rest of our spraying stuff here? It's a good question, Evan. Okay, I guess maybe I don't have that sprayer. I thought I did. I might have to go look later, see if I can find it. Because, like I said, fairly certain I thought I had the Case Trident. Ethan was saying, lime baled. Yes, you got like those lime bales. Oh, delicious, right? Sean was saying you should go around and get all of the straw that the baler missed. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. I am not going to take the time to go around and get all the straw. Now, if I did take the time to do so, I could probably get another like half a dozen bales or something like that, maybe. You'd be surprised though. Some of these missing spots, it doesn't add up to much. Now, some of the other fields here, and this actually might have been the field. This actually probably was the field. I think I've already planted over it here. Like that looks like a full windrow that got missed there. Again, I was doing a lot of the harvesting, I think, on this field. So probably didn't quite line up with Courseplay's course from the harvesting. But again, that's, pretty small amount of straw there. And again, I don't particularly care to take the time to do that, so. Let's see. Sean was saying, hey, RDAllen, great video as always. Hey, thank you very much for that. He says, I would like to see you change the wheels on the grain cart to tracks. That will match the tracks on the tractor. That is true. We are running a John Deere 9RX tractor on that grain cart with wheels. It'll also give you better support for the grain cart. I would also go for a bigger auger wagon than the grain cart you have now. I would get a mother bin to empty the grain cart into and run the trucks off the mother bin. Also have the grain cart unload the combine and take the grain to the mother bin so you can use auto drive on the field, since auto drive, of course, isn't working to empty the combines like it's supposedly supposed to do. When and if you get a mother bin, then it would work out better for you having to stop what you're doing and empty the combines. That is true. And actually, I had thought about that using the mother bin. If I could like somehow integrate the mother bin into our operation here, Evan, and have that unload into the trucks, and then I can maybe set up a better course. I don't know. We'll see. Probably won't do that, everyone, but you never know. And actually, speaking of mother bins, I think that's something I really haven't used here in Farming Simulator. You know, looking at all the lists of equipment here, yeah, haven't used a whole lot for the leveler. Oh, that's actually interesting. That's an interesting leveler there. Okay. Didn't know that was in there. It's probably a mod I downloaded back in the day, and I was like, where in the world is that? And that was not a category I'd ever occurred to look at. For those of you who watched our dirt moving series here a few months back, highly recommend you check that series out, by the way. Had a lot of fun with that series. Yeah, we moved a lot of dirt in that series, and got a lot of different mods for doing that job as well. Chug a beer. I will say no 36-inch for farming down south. Oh, so yeah, down south you're using 36-inch rows. Yeah, 36-inch rows. I don't think that's really something that's used up where I live. Again, I'm up in the Michigan area, by the way, for those who are wondering. So don't think you really see much for 36-inch rows up here, other than maybe for like some of the vegetable farms or something like that. Maybe they might use it. I don't know of one. I know I have seen some wider spaced tractors around here, but again, I don't think those are probably commonly used for like any normal crop farming, if I had to guess. Kayla was saying, great video, you are low on fuel. And actually, that's not too far off from the truth right now as well. We're a little on the low side for fuel. Probably actually have to fill this up, I bet, before we're done planting. Speaking of being done, though, by the way, looks like we are about done here with this episode. So that you folks have any comments and or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, everyone, thanks for watching. Until next time.